Hello, BookTube. Welcome back to the History Shelf. I am your host, Peg. And today is going to be a really quick video, but it's more of a heads up for all of you guys that there's a awesome sale at one of my favorite university presses starting today through the 28th of this month. And I am ordering some books, but in the meantime, I thought I would highlight three recent new releases from Princeton University Press that I received. I'm so stoked to have them, and I thought this could be like a little taste of what's to come. So I have these three books to show you, and then I'm going to link below to the Princeton University sale. Everything's 50% off. Not everything, sorry. A large portion of their catalog. So almost like 10,000 books are on sale. Half off, either hardcover or paperback. So there's a lot of good stuff. I've already got a little cart going, and I'm trying not to spend more than $100. So right now I'm a little bit below that. So we're doing pretty good. But in case any of, I think these might be on sale as well. These three I'm going to show you in case you're interested. This is a brand new biography of a man I have tons of books on about his writings. And this is Alexis de Tocqueville. This is The Man Who Understood Democracy. The Life of Alexis de Tocqueville by Olivier Zunes. Beautiful hardcover edition. And it says this is the definitive biography of the French aristocrat. It says here, in 1831, at the age of 25, Alexis de Tocqueville made his fateful journey to America, where he observed the thrilling reality of a functioning democracy. From that moment onward, the French aristocrat would dedicate his life as a writer and politician to ending despotism in his country and bringing it into a new age. In this authoritative and groundbreaking biography, leading Tocqueville expert Olivier Zunes tells the story of a radical thinker who, uniquely charged by the events of his time, both in America and France, used the world as a laboratory for his political ideas. Placing Tocqueville's dedication to achieving a new kind of democracy at the center of his life and work, Zunes traces Tocqueville's evolution into a passionate student and practitioner of liberal politics across a trove of correspondence with intellectuals, politicians, constituents, family members, and friends. While taking seriously Tocqueville's attempts to apply the lessons of democracy in America to French politics, Zunes shows that the United States, and not only France, remained central to Tocqueville's thought and actions throughout his life. In his final years, with France gripped by an authoritarian regime and America divided by slavery, Tocqueville feared that the democratic experiment might be failing, yet his passion for democracy never weakened. So this is going to be a fantastic biography. Looking forward to slotting this one into my schedule. Got lots of, do have some artwork and inserts. Oh, and some photos. They show a picture of Alexis de Tocqueville's study. Look at that. I would love to have a wall-to-wall painting. That is brilliant. Wonderful. So, out right now, The Man Who Understood Democracy from Princeton University Press. And then we go from a kind of a big book to a little slim volume, but you know me, I have a very abiding interest in the French Revolution and the thinkers and the men behind it, and women, but in this case, I've always been fascinated by this figure, and this is a brand new book called Robespierre, The Man Who Divides Us the Most, by Marcel Gauchet, with a foreword by David A. Bell and Hugo Droshin. As you can see, not very big book. But I have several books on Robespierre himself. Countless volumes on French Revolution. In fact, I have a 5-volume set behind my head, right next to the History Shelf logo, the mascot right there. Those black volumes is that 5-volume study of the French Revolution, I believe. Anyway. Okay, so what does this new book have to say about the enigmatic and bloody Robespierre? says here, how Robespierre's career and legacy embody the dangerous contradictions of democracy. Maximilien Robespierre, and he lived from 1758 to 1794, is arguably the most controversial and contradictory figure of the French Revolution, inspiring passionate debate like no other protagonist of those dramatic and violent events. The fervor of those who defend Robespierre, the quote-unquote, the incorruptible, who championed the rights of the people, is met with revulsion by those who condemn him as the bloodthirsty tyrant who sent people to the guillotine. I would be among the latter. That's how I view him. Marcel Gauchet argues that he was both, embodying the glorious achievement of liberty as well as the excesses that culminated in the terror. In much the same way that 1789 and 1793 symbolized the two opposing faces of the French Revolution, Robespierre's contradictions were the contradictions of the revolution itself. Robespierre was its purest incarnation, neither the defender of liberty who fell victim to the corrupting influence of power, nor the tyrant who betrayed the principles of the revolution. Gauchet shows how Robespierre's personal transition from opposition to governance was itself an expression of the tragedy inherent in a revolution whose own prophetic ideals were impossible to implement. This panoramic book tells the story of how the man most associated with the founding of modern French democracy was also the first tyrant of that democracy, and it offers vital lessons for all democracies about the perpetual danger of tyranny. So that just sounded right up my alley. And it's about a 200-page study. So I'm really happy to have this one and to dig into it and add to my Robespierre collection and French Revolution. And then how timely is this book? I am doing a buddy read starting yesterday and or today with Patrice Jones. We are reading, finally we're both going to be committing to a classic work of literature and one that I have been meaning to read all my life, and yes, I have not read it, and that is Moby Dick. So we are starting to read Moby Dick. So when I saw this book, I said, I need to get this one. I would love to kind of read it maybe in conjunction or right after we finish reading Moby Dick. But this is Up from the Depths, Herman Melville, Lewis Mumford, and Rediscovery in Dark Times by Aaron Sachs. Look at this beautiful blue cover. I'm pretty sure this one is part of the sale today as well. Well, I mean, it's a sale that's going on all week. So I highly, if you're into, boning up your academic library, go over to the sale, check it out, see what you can find. And it's free shipping. I forgot to mention, 50% off and free shipping. So really, the only thing you're paying is tax. It's like $5 maybe, depending on how much you're ordering. Okay, this says a double portrait of two of America's most influential writers that reveals the surprising connections between them and their uncanny relevance to our age of crisis. Up from the Depths tells the interconnected stories, again, of two of the most important writers in American history, the novelist and poet Herman Melville, and one of his earliest biographers, the literary critic and historian Lewis Mumford. Deftly cutting back and forth between the writers, Aaron Sachs reveals the surprising resonances between their lives, work, and troubled times, and their uncanny relevance in our own age. Okay. The author of Moby Dick was largely forgotten for several decades after his death, but Mumford helped spearhead Melville's revival in the aftermath of World War I and the 1918 to 1919 flu pandemic, when American culture needed a forebear with a suitably dark vision. As Mumford's career took off and he wrote books responding to the machine age, urban decay, world war, and environmental degradation, it was looking back to Melville's confrontation with crises such as industrialization, slavery, and the Civil War that helped Mumford to see his own era clearly. Mumford remained obsessed with Melville, ultimately helping to canonize him as America's greatest tragedian. But largely forgotten today is one of Mumford's key insights, that Melville's darkness was balanced by an inspiring determination to endure. Amid today's foreboding over global warming, racism, technology, pandemics, and other crises, Melville and Mumford remind us that we've been in this struggle for a long time. To rediscover these writers today, which I'm doing now with Moby Dick, is to rediscover how history can offer hope in dark times. And boy, that is an encouragement, certainly, in our buddy read. And I'll be looking for that. I'll be looking for that balance of inspiration to endure and, offering hope in dark times. So this is going to go along very well with the Moby Dick buddy read with Patrice. Again, starting today. Okay, so this was kind of like just a little teaser taste of I will have more Princeton University Press books coming once I place my order. But I also wanted to make a lot of you aware of it, because sometimes a lot of you have been like, I missed the sale, or I didn't know about it. So this is kind of like my announcement. So get on over there, see what you can find. You can easily filter the search mechanisms, if for certain subjects, so you don't have to go through all 10,000 titles. You can just search by what interests you, what your genres are. So, in the meantime, I've got a little taste of the goodness in store at Princeton, and I hope you will too. Let me know what you find out. I'm always curious to know what people are interested in, what they're buying book-wise, and let me know if it was helpful for you. If knowing about the sale was a good thing, I'll try to keep you guys posted on other types of sales. I've done that before in my community tab on the channel, but I've never really done like a full video, just kind of really just, talking about it. But these books I thought would be a good way to introduce the topic, and also if these three interest you, go check it out. I'm pretty sure these fall under the sale. So anyway, I'll leave that link below. Let me know what you come up with. And until next time, BookTube, I hope you're enjoying your day and enjoy your books.